Hey guys, it's Brian from Thrive Fit, and in today's video I actually want to talk about where I came from. I want to give you sort of my origin story if I was a superhero. So it might be a little over 2 minutes, so I do apologize. I hope not to bore you too much. So to give you an idea of where I started, my dad came to Canada in 1982 because he wanted to give us a better life. So I was obviously not born then. So he came here, found a job, and brought my mom over around 1986, and that's when I was born. So we had a really big family. It was myself, I had 3 sisters, both my parents, and we never really had a lot of money. That isn't a bad thing. It helps explain where I am right now in the future. So we had very humble beginnings. You know, we were very happy. We never pitied ourselves. We all worked really hard. But my parents sacrificed quite a bit. So many hardships just to give us an opportunity to have a better future. So growing up, we weren't the type of kids to have family vacays. We weren't the type of kids to have all the most fashionable clothes. But the one thing that we did learn is if we wanted something, we have to work for it. And this is one of those things that stayed with me later on into my career. So fast forward many years later on, I had learned all these skills and values from my parents. I wanted to help people. So when I was 13 years old, unfortunately a very sad event happened. Someone in our neighborhood got murdered. And it was the first type of funeral I'd ever been to, and it had such a profound effect on myself. I didn't let anyone know, but it really jarred me for a few years. And I didn't know how to open up with people at that time, but I did know I wanted to stop bad people. So I started to pursue a career actually in forensic science, looking to go into criminology, and I started along that path. But one thing led to another, and it just wasn't the right fit for me. So at the time I was looking around, and I still wanted to help people. So humble beginnings, hard worker. I wanted to help people. I wanted to stop bad things from happening. And I was an athlete at the time as well too. So I ended up getting into personal training. Now, I was not sold on personal training. I thought it was very hokey. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. Worst comes to worst, I know how to get a little stronger, a little faster, and that's about it. I was also a huge introvert as well too, so I didn't think I'd be in front of people. Let's fast forward a bit more. So I go through a little bit of schooling, start working at my first gym, and I realized, you know what, this is kind of cool. I'm getting to help people, I'm making a meaningful impact in their lives. Maybe I'm cut out for this after all, but I wasn't totally sold. It wasn't until I had a few clients who had some serious injuries, hip replacements, shoulder replacements, bad lower backs, and I was actually making some meaningful change, and that's when I started to recommit myself, and I started to invest in my future and invest in my career. So I started doing traveling, I started going out and meeting people, and along the lines I had the pleasure of meeting the likes of Dr. Craig Liebenson, Greg Cook, Lee Burton, Dr. Stu McGill, Kevin Darby here in Toronto, Master John Engum, Master Fabio Zonin. I've met so many amazing people who had a really big impact on the way I train and the way I help people. So whenever I look back at this story, I'm giving you the short and dirty version of it. It really makes me thankful for where I came from and where I am today. Essentially, what I want to do is help people. I think sometimes that gets muddled and missed with fitness marketing. So many people do not do this as a career and have the wrong intentions when they're training people. It isn't just about fitness and how you look. I think I can make a meaningful impact on your life. So that's more or less where I came from. Story for the quick and dirty. I will at some point write more in detail about my humble beginnings and what I'm trying to create here at Thrive Fit. Hopefully you got something from that, and I was happy to share with you guys. This is day 4 of my YouTube challenge, and I should see you guys tomorrow. Have fun. Take care. Bye.